Well, g'day guys, welcome back to another Marley Grubby YouTube video. Today I've got Lindsay here as always. We are doing a video talking about different cars you can buy for different price brackets. So we've got three different levels. We've got $0 to $5,000, $5,000 to $10,000, and then the big one is $10,000 to $20,000. So depending on where you are at your age or what type of price bracket you'll be looking for a four-wheel drive, we got you.
And there are two rules that we had in place. Number one, we had to go on Facebook Marketplace as opposed to car sales. And the other one being we couldn't pick our own vehicles. So as much as I want to pick a GU Patrol for under 5 grand, 10 grand, I could. And nor can Marley pick 80 series. So we've gone for different vehicles. And another thing is we don't actually know what we've picked. So we've gone through separately and picked vehicles. So it's going to be a surprise to both of us what we picked for that range.
Anyway, so we've got one car that is our honourable mention for each of us, and then one is our main pick for that price bracket. So,
Matey,
I picked an old Mitsubishi Pajero.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So they're really good. You can get them in a diesel or petrol, I'm pretty sure. The older ones are a wagon, same as the new ones. They're really good. You can just get them for cheap, chuck a bed in the back, you can travel around. I see a lot of people traveling around Australia in the back of those because they're a four-wheel drive. They're really spacious on the inside if you have a family, and especially a cheap four-wheel drive for you to get out with kids. There's some people doing some pretty crazy stuff to them. There was a dude that I saw a few years ago. He had an older one, short wheelbase, and he coiled axle swap it. No, he actually coil-over swapped it, but GU front diff in it, I'm pretty sure, and back.
That is cool.
And he runs around Glasshouse. So
oh wow, that's sick.
They're a very cool car if you want to get them, put some money into it.
And there's a reason why you see so many of them on the road. There's Pajeros everywhere. You see in bush, you see them on the road. They go forever, and they're a good vehicle for that price bracket. So that was a good choice, man.
Yep,
yeah.
I found a few here. This one's $2.5 grand. This one's $3 grand, so you're definitely going to get them under $5 grand if you look hard enough on Facebook or Gumtree.
Nice. Okay, so mine was a 2003 Nissan Navara STR. This one was a very clean and tidy example. Marley's going to be putting some of the pictures on the screen now, but this is a 3 litre, very tidy. The 3 litres, it's not a turbo, I don't believe.
What did he say?
In those things.
In the old Navaras?
In the old ones, yeah. I think a 2.5 litre was a turbo, but I don't know about half litre was a turbo, but I don't know about
no,
3. I think
the 3 litre is actually a ZD30, the same as what you find in the Patrols.
Oh, are you serious?
Yep.
Oh, okay, so it was a good
I had
find
one
then.
of those, yeah.
Yeah, okay, nice. Well, this one had about 220 clicks on it. That'd be my pick. They're pretty capable. You see those on the beach. We saw them at fucking Rainbow and Bribey and the like, so there's plenty of navs out there. So that'd be my pick for the under 5 grand. That was 5 grand on the nose, I think. So
I remember I had one of those in my first car. I beat that thing like a dead horse. It did everything. I was learning how to four-wheel drive. So I'd be sending it into mud pits at 40 k's an hour. If Darcy's watching, he'd be able to say that in the comments that I did thrash the fuck out of that thing. And the only problem I ever had with that poor car was I threw out a rear main bearing and the car was just shaken to pieces while I was driving back on the highway. Sold that car, unfortunately, when COVID first hit for 3.5 grand instead of what I really wanted. You got to figure out car prices, and that's what we're here today to do. So my main pick for that 5 and under price bracket was... It was a Jeep Cherokee.
a Cherokee. What? What year are we talking?
The older ones, so the early 90s models.
Like the boxy ones?
Yes.
Yeah, nice, man.
It's a GQ from the Euro. No, from America.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck.
Things. The big boxy ones, you see them getting around on big lifts and big tyres. They actually look decent. I don't know much about them though. I don't know what motor's in them, if they're a petrol or they must be a petrol, I think.
I'm pretty sure they came out with a 2.4 diesel. Don't quote me on it, but 2.4 diesel and a 3-point-something petrol V6. And yeah, they go really well. If you ever pick one of those up for pretty cheap, same as the Prado, you just chuck a bed in the back of them. Or these can be a really sick competition vehicle for so cheap. You don't have to worry about if you break stuff. There's plenty of Jeeps around. You've always got aftermarket support through America. And so that is my main pick for under 5 grand.
My pick was a bit of a raggedy 60 series. I found one for I think about 3.5, 4 grand. It had seen better days. It looked like it had travelled the country a few times over again. This one was a 2F, so it was a petrol model. I think Marley was telling me. I don't know much about the motors
petrol,
of those.
and then the 2H is the diesel motor.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it was very cool. I actually learned to drive in one of those things, and on a dirt track, very fucking sketchy. I did a full 360. Coming down a dirt road with my uncle beside me. He's like, just take it easy around the corner. I'm like, yeah, mate, I got this. At, 17, 18 years old. So yeah, that was a time. But really great truck, very sturdy, and just the cool factor. Just to own something like like that, you know, and then put money into it over the years. Yeah, you might have a $5 budget now, but what's to say that when you earn a little bit more money and you save some, you'll have 10 grand to pour into it, you know?
So a really sick car for 10, 15 grand.
Should you?
Yeah, a lot of people say they're not very comfortable because of the leaf springs, but I've been in one or two and I don't feel like they're any less comfortable than an LM106 or anything like that. But they are definitely very slow, so if you pick one of those up, make sure that you're not looking for a go-kart because this thing is definitely not that. It's probably slower than the 80 series.
I was going to say, what's slower, Ruby or a 60 series?
Definitely a 60 series.
Definitely a 60 series.
But yeah, you got a lot of cool 60 series people. You got Leaf Spring Racing and the comp racing scene that Andy, All Access Off-Road, I talked to on the podcast. His best mate. Yeah, he wins a lot of epic competitions just driving a Leaf Spring 60 series with the back chopped off it.
Okay.
He's got the 2H with a turbo.
So now we'll head on to the 5 to 10 grand budget. Do you want me to go first for this one?
Yeah, you go first for 5 to 10 grand.
Got my little notepad here. I've got a 2000 Hilux dual cap.
So an N60.
An N60. So you see a lot of these things on the road. My dad had one. Fantastic vehicle. Very capable in the bush. If something broke on it, the parts are cheap as, and I assume it'd be the same these days. I mean, they're a dime a dozen, aren't these?
They're just
these
everywhere.
Things? They are everywhere. So, yeah, this one was very nice. Had a bit of fruit on it.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It was a 2.7 petrol, so I mean, not ideal. You'd like to have a diesel in that sort of thing. I think that'd be a good bang for your buck for the sort of 5 to 10. If you sort of, you know, you're thinking about money, you're money conscious, which everyone is, and you want to go to the beach, you want it to be reliable, I think a Hilux could be the way to go.
It's that perfect in between for if you're a tradie like us. You can use the work ute for work, and then you can also go out and play with it on the weekends. As Lindsay said, that one's got the 2.7 petrol, but I've heard lots of people complaining about them, but then as the years have gone on, you just hear more complaints than not. But
you tend to hear more about complaints than the good stuff though, and when you go onto these forums and the likes, if you look up 2.7 motor or whatever motor you have, like a ZD30, if you type ZD30, you know what comes up. It's doom and gloom, the world's going to end. But you don't hear about the great stories, and if you look after these things, you know, like anything, they'll look after you.
Yeah, 100%. I got a mate with over 600,000 Ks on a 2.7 litre Hilux N60, and it still goes better than Ruby. Like, Ruby's in the shop right now, and his thing's still carrying him to work every day, and he loves it. My pick, honourable mention. Can I do two?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
I've got two honourable mentions. So I've got the Land Rover Discovery.
The Disco.
Yep, Land Rover Discovery. You guys might have seen them on the budget builds from Sam Isles and all those guys. They've done, they did all the, what do they have? The Delica and stuff like that. But I really love Land Rover Discoveries. My pop had one, my dad's got Land Rovers, been in them my whole life, and they're just something that, granted they're going to leave oil stains all over the front of your yard, but if you take good care of them, they'll take care of you. Solid axle front, you can get some pretty decent full driving out of them. And for $5,000, some of these are $7,000, some of these are, you can...
It's a steal. It's a steal at that price.
Pretty top quality. As soon as you go past a certain year, I think it's 2009, that's when they start to shit themselves because they got all the new body kit and all the... It's all just plastic.
It's all electronics as well,
metal,
so if something goes wrong with it, it costs you absolute mozza to fix. And
yeah.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
So that's the thing with those things, isn't it? But you're also buying something at that price point, a lot of electrics. You're probably getting heated seats on. Look, granted, a lot of it might not particularly work, but you're getting bang for your buck of that money, man.
Yeah, if you're going to buy a Land Rover, make sure you are a mechanic or you know a mechanic friends, because unless you're going to do an engine swap on it, you will have a few problems with it. But for the price bracket, you can't beat it. Solid axles and everything. And my second honourable mention is a car that I've wanted ever since I was a little fucking kid. Suzuki Sierra.
Yes.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
How can you not want a Suzuki Sierra? It is so cool. You just sit in them. They're so small and so easy to drive. They're a great car to learn how to full drive in, because you have to learn how to run your lines, because they're not big and lifted. You can't rely on the car to actually full drive. You have to know how to drive that vehicle and put it into specific areas.
There's not many places that's not going to go that a bigger vehicle isn't. You know, with a short wheelbase, and if you lift that up and do some things to it, that'll go anywhere.
anywhere.
And looks cool. You know, it's a cool factor. You're driving around in a Sierra or a Jimny, whatever it may be. Very, very fucking cool.
And they just go forever. They're a Japanese motor, Japanese car.
Do you reckon you buy a Jimny one day if you had the coin?
Oh,
Like it's a bit of a project car?
my partner wants to buy one of the new Jimneys. I reckon she should, because that'd be a cool video for you guys, us building the Jimny. We get the girls involved. Look at that fucking the little rig on Instagram. I'll probably post some videos of him in here. He's got a chopped one.
Yeah.
And that thing is sick.
So my honourable mention is a little bit ridiculous, but I've seen it and ADHD made me think I've got to have that and this would be a cool 4x4. It's a 1994 Daihatsu Hijet. Now this thing is like a little ute. It's got a tiny little tray at the back. You would have seen them. They're a K car. It's a little Japanese kind of little Duvalaki.
Oh, those ones.
Yeah. So it's got a tiny little cab at the front, a little tray. It's a 4x4, so it's got low and high range. I don't know how capable it'll be, but you know, imagine going on Big Red or fucking what's that? Hold My Beer Hill. What is that?
Beer o'clock.
Beer o'clock. Imagine going up that in a Hijet. Look, you'd probably.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh no!
Probably get halfway up, but I mean, you'd be making people laugh, and this is what life's all about, isn't it? Just having a bit of a laugh. So I really like that. You know, it had what was it, a less than 1 litre engine, so you know, probably the size of a Coke can engine.
I'll tell you what, that's not getting up any of those hills you just said. They'd barely be going on the beach at high tide, but
I'll tell you what, this bloke...
it's still a very cool car.
Very cool car, and this bloke reportedly had 500 horsepower coming out of it, so
500
whatever he's done to that 1 litre... yeah.
Holy shit.
I know, the Toyota engineers would be calling in for a job, I think, because that's, that's very cool, but that was my honourable little mention. I like that little thing.
That is very nice. So my main pick for the $5,000 to $10,000 has got to be a Hilux.
Wait, this is your 5 to 10, yeah, gotcha.
So a Hilux.
So that was mine too, yeah.
So,
nice.
but I'm not going an N60, I'm going a 106 Hilux.
So what's that one?
So that one's got solid axle front and rear.
Okay.
But they're leaf sprung. You can get them in the 2.4 litre carby, I think. 2.4 litre or 2.7 litre carby. My mate Jackson had one of those on 35s and fuel was shit, but it looked cool. Looked very cool. 35s, 4-inch lift, and went pretty fucking good.
Like a shower shit.
It's still going now. You'll probably see it somewhere around. It's got a tub, Superior sticker on the side of it. That was a really cool car.
What year is that roughly, those sort of Hiluxes?
I think they go from 89 to 2007. To 97.
Yeah, okay, yep.
And you can also get them in the 2.8 diesel, but they're usually NA unless you buy them second hand, where they are some people turbo them. You got to be careful when you turbo them because you can be not sure if someone's done it right or anything like that. So make sure you get that checked out and look for any leaks around the engine or anything like that. For the $10,000 to $20,000 price range, my honourable mention:
Okay.
a 105 series Land Cruiser.
You can really, but they're reliable as buggery. You know, you're not going to get much better.
Toyota engines, can't beat them. Go forever. Ruby's got 500,000 Ks on it, and
Still going
strong. Turns over every time. Excuse me.
Unlike mine. ZD30 problems.
But yeah, people put some crazy money into these 105s. You can lift them. You can put big tyres on them. Crazy motors. You can put the 1HD TFTE into them from the 100 series. Chuck them in those. They fit pretty well easy.
Now there's no denying there's a few sooks out in this community, and what I'm about to tell you is going to upset exactly those people. Diesel is dead. 2020.
And yeah, they're just an awesome car. Basically an 80 series, but newer, nicer, looks better. What's your top pick, Lindsay?
My top pick for my 10 to 20 grand budget, if you can guess it in the comments, we'll give you $50. I don't know how we'll do that. I shouldn't have said that.
Lindsay will give you $50.
Yeah. Righto, so it was a 2012 Holden Colorado. This one was a 2.8 Duramax diesel, I think it was. Is it a Duramax diesel in those things? A 2.8?
What year?
2012.
That
So
would
was
be
it sort of-
that would be the 4JJ1, the 3 litre.
3.
After rewatching the video, I realised that I am an idiot. Lindsay is obviously talking about the newer Colorado, not the older RC Colorado with the 4J1 in it. So I am an idiot. Please forgive me for that.
Later?
If it was the diesel,
Yeah, it was a diesel, man. Yep.
those are an awesome motor. Isuzu
Yep.
truck motor, go forever.
Yeah, and you can put plenty of Ks on these things, and I've heard for the most part they're pretty reliable. every car has its downfalls, but you know, Colorado's. You even had one, man. You had a 2010 model or earlier, 27.
I had a 2011.
2011 model. Yeah. And what was your experience with Collies? He called it Colin the Colorado.
Colin had a few problems, but that's because it was used as a hunting vehicle, so there was no fucks given with that car. It was just treated like dog shit until I got it. I did the first service on it in 70,000 Ks.
Really? What did it come out, just as goop?
Yeah, it came out as just slime.
Just one big blob.
It was just slime, and then ever since I did that service, the whole car just slowly started going bad.
Deteriorating. It liked the old oil.
Yeah. And I blew the wastegate actuator on it, and then I decided that's when I'd swap it for Ruby.
Yeah.
And
Time was up.
Yeah. I wanted the solid axles again.
Yeah, nice, yeah. Well, they're a good, capable car. And it's a shame they're not here in Australia anymore. We're getting bloody Silverados and things from GM now. Daddy's money. But, yeah, very, very cool car. So that was my pick. Highly recommend that one. Marley,
Very nice.
what's your honourable... Actually, no, we'll go the main one first and the honourable
I've
mention
already
too.
done my honourable mention.
You know what? I'll shut up. Okay.
My top pick is a GU Patrol. GU Patrol for 20 grand. You can find a pretty reliable car.
Is it a 2.8 though?
2.8. Nah, not an RD. You don't want an RD.
Do not want RDs.
They've got a lot of problems because of that power weight. They're really heavy. The ZD30s, they do go good if you maintain them very well. Like Lindsay's having to go through right now.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of money in maintenance, but then that car will go 100,000. That car will go a million Ks.
For another 10,000 Ks. Until it blows up. But no, she's been reliable. Mine in particular, look, it's been in the shop. It has been in the shop every month, but I'm just doing maintenance things that need to be done to prevent the fucking ZD30 go pow, you know, so...
Who need EGT? Green 0. TD go pow, pow.
Injectors are probably the next thing down the line, but, you know, intake cleans, just the main stuff. Belts, hoses, all that sort of thing. Yeah, if you keep them Mickey Mouse, then they should last you.
The power that you get out of a TD42 after you put a bit of power mods into them does cost quite a bit, but you know the transmission and all the diffs are going to be sweet because they're so much bigger and more beefier than the Toyotas. So if we missed any cars that you guys reckon should have been any of these price brackets,
Tell us in the comments.
please leave them.
Whack
And
'em
maybe
down
we'll
there.
do a part 2 talking about your guys' honourable mentions and maybe some other cars when the COVID prices start to drop a little bit on cruisers and patrols.
Yeah. Sounds good.
But anyway, guys, that's been another Marley Grabber YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time for the next video. Cheers, guys.
We're signing out. Goodbye.
Hey, guys, just before you leave the video, I just wanted to remind you that you're all beautiful. Make sure you stay safe out there. And fuck suicide. If you have any problems, having anything going through your life or anything like that, make sure you hit up a mate. Always make sure you check in on your mates as well, because some people just don't want to reach out, and it's tough, but we've always got to be there for those people. And if you have any problems with stuff going on at home, at work, or anything like that, make sure you're not alone. And I'll leave some numbers right here for you guys to get in contact with for Lifeline or anyone like that. Blue, what are they?
Beyond Blue.
Beyond Blue. So if you guys are struggling at all, make sure you get in contact with them. And I love you all, and make sure you're here next week. Cheers, guys.